It fired up.
That's what's hard.
Get ready. This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing. It is April 26, 2019, and we are at 22455 Liberty Bell Road, Calabasas, California, 91302. We are running our camera right now through a 3-inch sewer riser that is adjacent to the garage, right to the left of the garage door, and right along the walkway to the right of the walkway as you're walking in the house. So we've tried to run back up the line toward the cast iron going into the house, but there's a major offset right here that we cannot get the camera over. So we just want to show this area. We're going to pull back very, very slowly and just show this large gap. So you have a major gap right there. That's got to be repaired. It's got to be aligned properly, or you're going to undermine this area and have a larger problem. And that cast iron has a very large amount of buildup at the bottom. So we're going to pull the camera back now a little bit. We're going to run down the line toward the street and take a look. And then we'll come back later and we'll see if there's a clean out outside the kitchen area or on the other side of the house that we can maybe run through that way coming into this clean out so we can view what the cast iron looks like underneath the house. So now we're pushing out toward the street. Go slow, let me see that joint. And the first joint appears to be very possibly a trenchless sewer line. It looks like 2 rolled pieces, which when they're melted together and fused together, they get a little bit of roll at the end of the piping. That's what it appears to be at this point. So we're going to push out further, and we're going to take a look at the piping. Should be probably 20-foot lengths of piping unless there's turns in the line, and then they may be shorter. So far the piping here looks to be in fair condition. Keep pushing out. It appears that it was going straight. More than likely we have a long length. Still pushing out. Now we have a flat spot. We have a belly in the piping. And holding back some water, and then we come up to a fitting, which more than likely is the Y from the other side of the house. We're going to pause for just a moment. Pull back just a little bit. We're going to pause for just a moment, and we're going to take a look at this area. We're going to run some water and see if this is the transition from the other side. We are now running out toward the street, and these joints are rolled, so it is trenchless piping. The sewer line has been replaced. To what point, we don't know yet. It may be all the way to the 4-inch by 6-inch connection by the property line. By the sidewalk area, we'll find out. Running out, piping looks to be in good condition at this time. Don't see any large bellies or see any major problems here. We did have some debris in the branch line, but more than likely that can just be flushed out real well. May have to be hydrojetted to break up the construction debris or whatever's in there. Pull back a little bit. I want to see why that was so bright. Just the debris. Okay.
Which way, which direction is this going?
We're going this way now.
So you
From that way, we went through there, now we're going that way.
Okay, so when you were talking about checking those out.
Might not have to check only but one of them.
Okay.
And then check the other one here. Okay, now, okay, go in some more. Okay,
Yeah,
hold it right there, that's
Another
bad,
outside,
that's
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
No, that's, I don't know if that, I think that's cast iron, the way that it looks. And right here, you got a big gap. Push in just a tiny bit and see if we can pick it up real light, Glenn, if you can. Go in some more. Okay, hold it. Yeah, this lip right here, you'll have an issue. That'll cause stoppages. But let me find out where this is. A lot of times what we can do with that is just dig that up and fix that one joint if the rest of it looks good. And I want to see what this looks like too. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do the one back toward the house.
Okay.
If you want to check the cast iron going back toward the house. This other one, we're actually running from here and running through that one and going this way. If we can get all the way out to the city sewer, then we're fine. Good locator on, bud?
Yep. You're 70 feet, so you're probably out towards the street.
I don't think I'm in the street.
You're,
Could be.
you're 70
But it
feet.
looked to me like I'm getting big numbers right here. Underneath the truck, 170. No, you do not. Hard to tell. Strange. Oh, maybe it came this way. It turned. Righty, righty. Feet. 132.
Does it look like they dug there?
They were 6'4". 6'4". Okay. They're 6'4", so that's the transition from the property line sewer, from the property line. So what they did is they dug it up, they pulled it, and then they put the liner in here. So let's see what the rest of the liner looks like. That needs to be fixed right there, or that'll cause stoppages. And you have to be careful too if you buy the property. If you ever have a stoppage, you need to make sure that whoever's out here, tell them that you have a liner. Because a lot of guys will come out here, they don't know. They run the snake, they'll chew that up, they'll tear it all up.
Okay. Liner is
Yeah.
just liner running along the sewer?
It's in there, it's in the line.
Is that a
It
good
actually is like a cloth sock that's soaked in epoxy that's blown into the line.
Okay.
And it seals and protects the sewer at that point. Okay, now we're running out. Let's see. Just back a little bit. Okay, you see it's got markings on it. I don't know that we'll be able to see what the mill is, how thick. Go ahead. Slow down, go back a little bit. A little bit of a ripple. Shouldn't cause too much problems. All the rippling, they didn't probably blow up the bladder that they stick inside it after and let it cure long enough. So it kind of crinkles up, but it's at the top. So it shouldn't cause too much of an issue. Okay, go ahead. Not too bad here. Went over a joint. Keep going. You want water? Or you want to try and put? We got a lot of ripples in the bottom of that liner where it didn't adhere properly, which can cause problems in the future. If it keeps pulling away from the pipe, it should be glued onto it, epoxied onto it.
Am I in there?
No, I still got a little ways. There you go, keep going.
Might want to run a little
Want
water.
water? Yeah, you're gonna need it. Okay. I'll run this tub and flush the toilet, bud.
Okay.
Just run into the city,
Yeah.
and then we'll take a look when we pull back.
Okay.
Rinse that camera. let it off.
Okay.
Might take a second to get out there.
Yeah, it's 100 feet away. Won't it?
Yeah. When it hits, it should hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Flush the toilet, let the sink and the tub run. Flush the toilet again, fill.
There we go.
Can you see the city? I mean, when
I can.
you can see it enough?
Yeah, no.
Can you get there?
I'm gonna offset in the. Here we go. A little burst of water there.
Going through the line is tough.
Well, it's getting caught up
It'll
on
drag.
this.
That looks like the city too, huh?
Yeah, it's right at the turn.
Yeah.
I'm getting caught up on that right there. On the offset in the,
Oh, you got
in
an
the clay.
offset. Is that a break or an offset? That's the problem. You need to see it. That's a break. That's a break at the city sewer side. If you go in a little bit, here's your last fitting going in the crack all the way across. So that thing that last section of fitting is separating and can collapse.
Okay. And that's on our property, not.
Well, that, you own it. Yeah, you own it all the way. You own this piece, and you own the small section of city sewer that is the T part that connects your house. You own that and the rest of the line in the street. This one, I want to try and see if we can get in, and if I can get a good enough shot, whether they can put a top hat liner in there. And how far does the liner go? Does it go pretty much all the way?
No.
It doesn't?
No.
Well, then you're stuck, because the top hat liner is only gonna cover a small section. We need to see what the rest of it looks like.
Yeah, you're not.
Pull back about maybe,
You're
right?
You're just.
You got an offset right there.
Yeah.
Pull back about 6, 8 inches at least. You wanna try and see if we can get it together? See if you and I can jam it?
Yeah, we tried.
Hold on. Wait a second, let me see if I can get in here with your feet there. Yeah, get my hand here. Tell me when. Mark, it's it. Go. Go. Pull back out. Pull back out. Try it one more time. Go a little more. A little more. Okay. On your mark, you're gonna have to use 2 hands though. You gotta get 2 hands if you can, because that's the only way we're gonna keep them working. Ready? Here, Mark, second one. Nope, not gonna go. Not gonna go.
Getting hot right there.
Yeah. Okay, I just tell him. Hey, John? John? Good. We can't get over this spot.
Okay.
We can't get past this spot because it's the break in it, and we're hitting an obstruction that's keeping it, it should flow smooth.
Yeah. So there's an offset here and there's a break down
There.
there close to the city sewer, but not.
Right.
Okay.
Now this part of it is, Okay, we're at the saddle area, and we cannot push past and get into the city sewer. We're stuck, and that saddle piece going attached to the city sewer is cracked in numerous areas and broken. And we're going to begin pulling back. And this portion of the city lateral has been lined. They put in a CIPP, cured in place piping sewer liner. There are some wrinkles in some of the turns. One of the turns, the wrinkle is at the top of the pipe, which shouldn't cause an issue. I'm going to pause for a moment, and we're going to just shut off our water.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
We have some issues.
Okay. I figured we did. It's just a matter of how major they are. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Another one?
There seem to be a lot of them around, huh?
Yeah. Now, where do we meet? At the other house.
Well, you did my own house
Your own house.
in
Yeah.
Bellagio. But, I mean, I've known you for a long time. Laura Pillar and worked with me for a long
Sorry.
time. Yeah.
Take me 2
Michelle Cohen.
seconds. I know, Michelle. Take me 2 seconds. That's my brain.
No worries.
I meet so many people, and I start to
Yeah.
think I have Alzheimer's.
I do the same thing.
I
People
can't
always
keep
say
track
that to me,
anymore.
and I have to go with it.
Okay.
Hey, man.